Do you keep filing VA claims and realize that it's just not adding up? It's not moving the needle? Sounds like a video I've made a few years ago, which I'll link in the comments. Why do I say that? Because if we're going to file claims, let's talk some strategy. Just out the annual benefit report from the BVA for fiscal year 2024. What I want to touch on here specifically, the most common degree of disability when we're talking VA claims. So sometimes you're filing for a claim, you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're throwing things against the wall, you're following what, tactical freaking Bob told you to do, and Janice said over here, and that dude said over there, and whoever else funny acronym talking heads have said to do something. And it doesn't work. Or what your friends have said, or what you've Googled, or what Reddit said, or a Facebook group said. But understanding how exactly are things rated. So here I want to run through these conditions. These will show you if we're going to file for something, let's make it make sense. So what I say by that is that I get it. You got a bad back, bad knees, all these different things. But the most common degree of disability for musculoskeletal conditions is 10%. That's what we most commonly see. And again, when we start looking at that making up 38% of all disabilities, that is actually an increase from what I put out 3 years ago in 2023, when the total percentage of those disabilities was 38.1, up to 38.2. So still the same argument. Biggest thing here is you look at the neurological, look at auditory, look at skin, look at respiratory, digestive, cardiovascular, look at endocrine, the eyes, got dental, oral, the infectious, immune, nutrition system, hymic system, lymphatic system, and so forth. That being said, look at the mental health. I'm not saying everybody has a mental health condition. What I am saying is if you're going to file for something, don't sleep on the fact that the most common degree of disability for mental health remains at 70%. That's just the facts. And sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a PTSD argument. It could be that you have a musculoskeletal condition with a common degree of disability being 10%. You have, let's say, a respiratory condition, a digestive condition, and all these other things combined. While they may be low rated, what is the impact that these things have on you overall? How's it limiting you? That other argument. Sometimes you're like, but this doesn't make any sense. That musculoskeletal condition may not get rated any higher than 10%. But you could potentially make an argument for a secondary off of that, which could be mental health. Arguments to be made. So my biggest thing here is let's be strategic in what we're doing. Be aware. I'll be covering a few more of these changes as they pop up, but I wanted to at least share some of this as I start to put out a few more things. If you're not following me on YouTube, make sure you're doing so. Veteran DP. Why? Because social media, who knows what remains and what may not.